Hello ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube community, my name is Scootaloo and welcome back to another Mercy 101 guide. And today we're going to be talking about the 1.9 patch and probably just go over the 1.10 patch because there's not too many changes in between those. It's just the PvE event, and we're going to be talking about how to counter and how to play with Orisa. So let's get right into it. Now, working with Orisa, because she has her defensive abilities, you will be able to heal her out of most situations if she is out of position. But due to her enormous hitbox and also a head hitbox, if Orisa is not behind a shield, she'll most likely be taking damage. So tips to working with Orisa: if she's not behind a shield, then you will want to heal her more. But if she's behind the shield, well, if she is not behind a shield, then you want to heal her more. But if she is behind a shield, then you would want to damage boost her because she charges pretty fast for ultimate charge. Now I'm going to be going into each one of her abilities and what you should do in this situation. Now when Orisa uses Fortify, it will most likely mean that Orisa will be taking the brunt of the damage. So try and heal her because she is still vulnerable to headshots, and it's better to keep a person alive than to have them die by damage boosting them or leaving or healing, prioritizing another target. When Orisa uses Halt, if she is not weak, try and damage boost her when she detonates her Halt ability so that you can charge your ultimate and maybe secure a kill on the weakened enemy that Orisa pulled out of cover if she is using it in that instance. Now when Orisa is behind a shield, her own shield or even Reinhardt's shield, unless if anyone is weak on your team, you should yet again try and damage boost the Orisa so you can win the shield war and or gain ultimate charge, which is very easy to get with Orisa because she's always spamming damage. It's sort of like damage boosting Junkrat, like someone hits the grenade or someone steps on his trap or something like that. It causes more damage, it gives you more ult charge. Like, it's just spam damage and you can easily build your ult off of that. Now when Orisa uses Supercharger, your main goal is to keep everyone alive while Supercharger is active because of the statistical 6-man damage output, or more likely 5-man damage output, because Mercy, you're not going to really be DPSing too much, so most of the time it will be a 5-man damage output. But if everyone is topped out on health, then you can damage boost your most reliable damage source, so if need be Pharah or Soldier 76, to give them a plus 80% damage boost with Orisa's ultimate plus your damage boost. If you guys are mathematically aware, damage boost and Orisa's ult adds together. It doesn't multiply like Zen, Discord, or Band Mercy's damage boost, which is damage modifier times 1.3, and you times it again by 1.3 for Discord. So it's not like that. It's additive. Is it additive percentage? If I'm saying that right, I don't know. I can't English today. Let's move on. Here's some general tips with Orisa. When Orisa and or your team aren't taking damage, it will be most viable to damage boost your Orisa because her spam damage can easily get you ultimate charge and or win the shield war. And just a little side note, it takes Orisa about 130 bullets with a damage boost to shred a Reinhardt barrier, or about 10.6 seconds from start to finish. Statistically, Orisa can shred Reinhardt's barrier faster than Soldier 76 by about like 2 to 3 seconds. Now let's get on to countering Orisa. If you have some team coordination, some picks like Reaper, Ana, Bastion, and Pharah can give Orisa a run for her money, especially with a Pharah Mercy combo. Picks like Reaper and Bastion are good because of their raw damage output, and mixed with Orisa's large hitbox, it can make it an easy kill even while her Fortify is active. Now if you're not in a really too team coordinated thing or solo queue without any voice comms, yet again, since Orisa has a big hitbox, you can shoot her for ultimate charge and charge your res. Also by keeping up your high DPS players alive, like Soldier 76, Bash, and Fire, etc., alive, so they can deal with the Orisa, because Orisa, even though she does have armor and she does have Fortify, Fortify is on a long cooldown. It only lasts for 5 seconds and has a 12-second cooldown, I believe. She's very vulnerable and she can still get shredded just like Zarya, or just like how a D.Va mech can get shredded instantly sometimes with the focus fire of your team. Now here's some way to counter every one of Orisa's abilities. Now, while using Fortify, in most situations, Orisa uses Fortify when she is taking or about to take a good amount of damage. In order to outplay this, it will be helpful to boost the damage of your damage dealer. For example, your shots to kill as Farah versus Orisa with Fortify up effectively decreases your shots to kill from 7 to 6 shots. Of course, this is direct hits. So mostly you'll be doing 60 damage since Farah does 120 and then the 50% damage reduction by Fortify. With your damage boost, what it does is that it amps it up to 156 and then you divide it by half, which results in 78 damage. Now on to her Halt ability. The most ideal thing is to lose line of sight of the projectile, but since its sole purpose is to group people up like a graviton, but on a shorter cooldown, and it can literally pull people from corners, try and keep at least an 8-meter distance from the projectile at all times. So taking cover behind pillars and stuff will actually help you, or just really complex cover rather than just like a wall that you can easily be pulled out from. And remember, Mercy's beam is 15 meters, and I believe the pull distance is around 8 meters. So try and keep your distance away from the Halt ability, because you can easily be followed up by a Tracer Pulse Bomb or like a Death Blossom or something that is a very like AoE attack or just spam damage in general. Now when Orisa pops her barrier, or she is behind a barrier in general, try and damage boost your highest damage dealer to win the barrier war, because as I said before, Orisa can easily shred and win the shield war because she is putting constant damage into the shield without reloading barely ever. And lastly, her ultimate supercharger. Now, if you do have a line of sight on the supercharger itself, in most situations it will be better to manually take out the supercharger instead of healing your teammates. The reason I say this is because of your team will receive less damage once the supercharger is taken out. So by taking out the supercharger, you'll be handicapping the enemy's team's damage potential by 33%. Which is a lot, and it can actually save some of your teammates than rather just trying to heal them, because yet again remember that supercharger lasts for 15 whole seconds and also damage boosts everyone on the enemy team. So if you're able to take that out, it will be very helpful for your team, and sometimes it's even worth your life if you don't have res to take it out. Now that concludes our Orisa portion of this. Now we're gonna move on to like the smaller but yet impacting buffs and nerfs that happened in the 1.9 and 1.10 patch. Now we'll be going over the 1.9 patch first and then 1.10. So the first thing I would like to address is Winston's buff. So if you guys haven't known already, or you haven't heard of it yet, Winston has a shield buff that allows the shield to be on a cooldown as soon as it's placed down. So once he drops his shield, it starts the cooldown timer as when before. When the barrier got destroyed, then it started to recharge on the cooldown time. Now this quality of life buff to Winston will make him more durable in combat, make him be picked more, and effectively have a greater threat to supports and squishy heroes, because his barrier is going to be up for a good amount of time now compared to when he was pre-patch. Now the next buff goes to Sombra, and yet again this does affect support mains because Sombra is a backline hero and she is a very like flanky elusive type of person. So if you guys haven't known already, Translocator received a cooldown buff from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. So this cooldown buff allows her to be more mobile and can infiltrate your backline easy, and also allows her to get out fairly easily too. Now if you guys want to learn how to deal with Sombra, I did do a video on this, so you guys can go watch my how to counter Sombra guide linked in the description below, and it'll also appear in a card in the top right hand corner of your screen right about now. Now, the third and last nerf I'd like to address from the 1.9 patch is Ana's nerf. Now, Ana received a nerf to her biotic rifle from 80 to 60%. Now, while this nerf to Ana's damage doesn't necessarily make her non-viable, and it will effectively make Mercy a more viable option in games. Now, going on to the 1.10 patch, there's really only one thing I'd like to address here, and that is the Lucio changes. Now, the Lucio changes are actually pretty dope. I've tried them on competitive and just in quick play myself. It feels really cool. It makes Lucio feel way more of like a impactful hero from his point of view, from the Lucio's point of view. But yet again, this is the Mercy 101, so the new Lucio buff, this is actually, I would say, a buff to Mercy, because Lucio, while he does have his healing increase and basically everything was a buff to him besides his range, Mercy still out heals Lucio no matter what. And if Lucio is on your team, that increases your survivability, because you'll get a constant heal or a speed boost away from people like a Genji, Tracer, or Winston, which will be very helpful. But yet again, the range is decreased from it. But yet again, if someone dives you, you can distance your way, fly to Lucio, get that healing if he is on healing or a speed boost, and you'll also have your regenerative healing that kicks in after 1 second. So yeah, that's all I really have to say in this Mercy 101. If you guys did like this video, then press that like button down below. I don't know why I'm doing this accent, but I felt like doing it anyway. If you guys feel so compelled to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Overwatch content, Mercy guides, and probably Gmod, and just like funny stuff with friends. If you guys want to see that content, then yeah, hit that subscribe button. And I just want to wish you guys a great and wonderful day, and I want to say thank you, because we passed 200,000 views across all my videos, and I personally want to say thank you to each and every one of you out there who've been watching my videos, or just subscribed, or just for commenting on one of my videos, or even giving me criticism. While some of it is not very nice and not really constructive, I appreciate it, because it makes me rethink things and it makes me learn how the YouTube scene works, because reasons. I don't know where I was going with that, but yet again, thank you guys. I'm so happy. I believe we're at 467 subscribers, almost at 500. Hopefully we can hit it by the end of June, hopefully, or maybe at the end of May. That would be cool. If we hit 500 subscribers when I finish school, that would be awesome sauce. But yet again, I'm probably just rambling on, so I just want to thank you guys one last time, and I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Goodbye.